This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years.
That was Senator Tuberville saying what we've all been saying all along, that the government is stealing our Social Security money. They're actually supposed to borrow it, pay it back with interest, but they are stealing it and now telling us, hey, we may not have enough Social Security for your benefits, which is completely wrong. There is enough money if they did not steal it. I'm going to play that full video clip of Senator Tuberville speaking of money in Social Security. Take a look at the historical COLAs through the years. 1976, 8%, 77, 6.4%, 1978, 5.9%, even all the way down to 1983, 7.4%, 1981, 14.3%. There was plenty of COLA increases back in the day. What happened? Well, I'm going to give you some more of these numbers later on, and we're going to go over this article right here. One Social Security change in 2025 that could hurt your finances, and 3 that might increase your benefit amount. You are not going to want to miss what those changes are coming in 2025, especially the one that could hurt your finances. I'm going to play you the full video clip of Senator Tuberville talking more about how Social Security is a scam and how the government is taking money from it, which is what we've all been thinking all along. I'll go over some of the historical COLA numbers, as well as these changes that could change your Social Security check coming in 2025. And we'll give you some other important updates as well. Before I dive into the main content, if you appreciate these Social Security updates, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates. So let's look at this historical COLA chart right here. You can see here's how the 2025 Social Security COLA ranks historically. So I'm going to go over some of these numbers here, which makes people think, oh, you know, I guess there's not enough money, or inflation isn't high enough for the COLA to be higher than 2.5%. That is completely wrong. There is more than enough money for people to have a higher COLA. At least there used to be, if the government didn't keep stealing from Social Security. So take a look at this. As I mentioned before, in 1976, it was 8%. In 77, 64%, 1978, 5.9%, 1979, 6.5%, 1980, 9.9%, 1981, 14.3%, 1982, 11.2%, 1983, 7.4%, 1984, 3.5%, 1985, 3.5%, excuse me. And then going on into the 80s, still 4% in 1989, 4.7% 1990, 5.4% 1991, and then finally 1994 it goes down to 2.6%. But you could see there was over a decade, almost 2 decades of COLAs that were high, except for 1987, it went down to 1.3%. Besides that, they were all above 2%. Finally getting to close to 2.5% in 1994. So what happened since then? Well, Social Security, supposedly, they have the formula changed where it's the CPIW, which means it's going off of urban wage earners instead of the elderly, which have a totally different way of living from the rest of America. So Social Security was calculated different, especially you, if you're on Social Security, barely able to pay for rent, utilities, groceries, medicine. Those are not taken into account into the current COLA formula. If only the government and Social Security Administration would listen to Social Security recipients and say, hey, we need more money. It's not enough. We're told that inflation is going down, but it is not. Things are still expensive. Grocery bills, food, utilities, rent are still at all-time highs. The people in Social Security, elders, as well as disability, need more money. Why isn't the government doing anything? Let me know down in the comments below. What are your thoughts on that? Hit the like button if you want a higher Social Security check. Speaking of higher Social Security check, let's look at this right here. and lower Social Security check. One, Social Security change in 2025 that could hurt your finances. Definitely going to want to know that. And three, that might increase your benefit amount. I'm going to go over this article in a moment. But first, let's listen to the rest of what Senator Tuberville has to say.
This is all a scam. I mean, we got people that's getting ready to retire that's going to try to live off $2,000 to $3,000. Impossible. It's impossible. Because what happens, it comes up here, we spend it. We're $35 trillion in debt. We don't have any money. We're dead broke. And then taxpayers have $2 trillion in credit card debt. We are in huge trouble. In this body, we had better start figuring that out, because we're going to have a run on this city here soon, and there's going to be about 150 million people coming up here saying, where's our damn money that we paid in? I could have put my Social Security money 40 years in tax in the market and probably be worth 8 to 10 million today. But the federal government wasted it. So I'll get off my horse there. But it's good that we have this, because we got, I get a little pension check from education. I was part of a union. It's not going to help people. People are going to have to continue to work longer and longer. Am I right, Ms. Gender? Can you say something about Social Security and it being taxed for some reason? We're taxing people for the second time on Social Security that they put into an account?
Yeah, and I'd like to point out when Social Security was first founded, those who established it, it was started out as a 2% tax, and they said this will never take more than 6% of your income. Today it takes 12.4%, and depending on whether you go with CBO or Social Security trustees, it needs to take between 15.8 and 17.5%. So we're talking about thousands of dollars more per year. It also was actually only originally recommended that the tax be up to $66,000, equivalent in today's dollars of earnings. But over time, it has expanded massively, and the money has been spent every year. So whereas everybody thinks this money's been set aside for me, no, for the past 13 years, every dollar that has gone out of workers' paychecks has gone immediately to pay promised benefits. And that's what happens when you have a system that enables those in charge of it to spend the money in the immediate term and leave the buck to the next generation that's coming along. And because Social Security has grown so much, it's actually to the detriment of lower income workers in particular, who have to pay such a large share of their paycheck to Social Security. They have little left to save for retirement. And then lower income and African American workers have the lowest life expectancies. So they are the most likely to get nothing back in return. 1 out of 4 African American men will die between the ages of 45 and 64 after having paid into this system for decades, tens if not hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they might get nothing back.
What's the solution?
I think we ultimately have to shift towards a universal benefit system. That's what true social insurance is. It does not make sense that we are paying the biggest benefits to the highest income earners. So gradually over time, I think we need to bend down the benefits for the middle and upper income earners, actually increase them for the lower income earners. Look at things like indexing retirement age to life expectancy, more accurate inflation index. And I think that workers need an option to have their money in something that actually earns a positive rate of return and that can't just immediately be spent by Congress.
I have a 28 and 29-year-old, 2 boys, got a job, working hard, paying Social Security. They ask me all the time, Dad, will I ever see any of that money? Will they see it?
I think they will see some of it. That's the exact same thing I hear whenever I ask a group of younger workers, and none of them raises their hand. So I think that there will be something there, but it's not going to be what has been promised.
Mr. Stevens, you got anything to add to that?
Thank you, Senator. What I would add is when we talk about Social Security or we talk about pensions, the two things that they both have in common is that guaranteed income. You know what you're going to get, generally speaking, at the end of it. What I reference in terms of protected retirement, we have developed now solutions that get at both of those in a very efficient way, and they also address the issue around market volatility because we have step-ups and lock-ins, and it's a very efficient way to deliver that to millions of Americans that we've been talking, and that's all because of what you all did around Secure Act 1.0 and 2.0. They have put us in a position to do that, and that's why I'm really encouraging us to have every 401k plan, 457 plan, 403b plan at least one of those solutions so that the American workers can choose. If they want to know what they're going to get in retirement, we can deliver that for them.
Young people of all ages ask me, why can't we put our money in our own 401k instead of put it in Social Security? Is there an answer to that?
I think what I love is that they're asking the right question. Savings in any way is a good thing, and I think there's a place for Social Security, there's a place for pensions, and there's certainly a place for what we're doing in 401k plans.
Thank you.
Senator Hassan.
Thank you.
What are your thoughts on what Senator Tuberville said? Agree, disagree? He has some good questions there too to the experts, but I think he summed it up perfectly. That people want to know where their money is. It's not okay that the government is stealing, that there's a scam, that we're trillions of dollars in debt. Money needs to be given to Social Security. They definitely could have managed that a little differently, but unfortunately, no one is accountable. It's just the government. We don't know who's doing this, who's okay with it. Is everyone in government on board with this? Let me know down in the comments below. Is everyone in government part of the scam? Anyways, let's go over this article right here. First, let's start with the change, the one change that can negatively affect your budget. So when it comes to earnings limit. So the earnings limit is the highest income subject to Social Security taxes, and it increases most of the years to account for cost of living adjustments. The higher the cap, the more of your income you'll owe taxes on, and the larger your annual tax will be. So in 2025, this limit will increase from $168,000 per year to $176,000 per year. That's an extra $7,500 per year that will be subject to Social Security tax at the current 12.4% tax rate. These workers can expect to pay an additional $930 per year in payroll taxes. So that's more for people who are making that much. But let's talk about some other changes that may have a positive impact on your Social Security. Changes that can increase your monthly income. Let's end on a good note here. So number one, COLA. The new COLA is coming, but still not enough. As I mentioned earlier, it's only 2.5% in 2025, when you saw that it was like 15 to 18 years where the COLA was way above 2%, 2.5%. So it seems the government is just taking advantage of our most vulnerable people, especially you, if you've worked decades of your life contributing to the economy, expecting to get your Social Security check. You didn't have an option to put money in Social Security or not. It was taken out of your check, and you were expected to get it in retirement, but you're not getting the full amount. You could have gotten way more. It's really messed up. Number two here, higher earnings test limits can boost your benefit. So if you will reach your full retirement age in 2025, the income limit will increase from $59,520 per year to $62,160 per year. Your benefits will be reduced by $1 for every $3 you're earning over the limit. If you will not reach your full retirement age in 2025, the income limit will increase from $22,320 per year to $23,400 per year. Your benefits will be reduced by $1 for every $2 you're earning over the limit. And then number three, there's a higher maximum benefit up for grabs. So looks like the highest amount, the maximum that you'll be paid, increasing from $4,873 per month to $5,108 per month. Then you have to work for at least 35 years to get it all right, and then wait until 70 to collect benefits, and then consistently reach earnings limit. That's how you would get the $5,100 per month. If you're already collecting Social Security, there's nothing you can do to increase it unless Trump could do something to increase Social Security checks. If you appreciate how I gave you all the sources, let you know all the details, show you exactly where this information is coming from, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more Social Security updates, like important ones like this. And that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I want to tell you something that you should really use. If you're like the pool or something and like you get hurt or something, you should just try your best, because sometimes that happens to me too, and it's not really fun. But if you got hurt like that one time, I'm sure you could deal with it, and you can be strong and powerful like how you are. So, bye! Hope you have a great day.
If you want to see how Trump could save you $1,500 to $4,000 more on your Social Security payments next year, and the 6 ways that Trump could change your retirement between Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security, you're going to want to click this video over here as I go over all those details and the changes that are going to come under Trump with Social Security, Medicare, as well as a few other really important subjects. Click that video now, and I'll see you in that video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.